Okay, so now what happens when that person turns green and breaks away? You'll know I had to redo my thing. Yeah, so it's not the same one. Sorry. Anyways, okay. So what happens when this person breaks away? That person and their company break away. That person becomes your first generation. So you'll notice on the comp plan where it says like you get paid after you turn green, you'll get paid on your first generation, second generation, third generation. This is what it means. So this person has turned green, they have broken off with their company, and she has become your first generation. So you when you turn green, you make money off this group of people as your first generation. So now what happens if you have a hobbyist in your first level that you've sponsored, and so they don't work as much, um, so they're a little slower to gain um, promotions, and so somebody underneath them, let's just say this person turns green before your first level. So what happens now? That person and their company break away, and she becomes your first generation because she's the first person in that leg to earn elite status. We call these legs. So all of your first levels and their teams are their legs of your team. So this is a leg, this is a leg, this is a leg. So in a certain leg, the first person to become green will be your your first generation, regardless of how far down in that leg they are. The first person in that level to hit green is your first generation. Now, if she has somebody in hers hit green, they are your second generation, and so on. Understand? So they have more people down here. So then, say somebody down here hits green, they become your third generation. Same with this girl up here. So she's your first generation. This one turns green. She takes her people and breaks off, becomes your second generation. Then she has somebody down in her line that breaks off. They become your third generation. Does that make sense? The generations? I know it's a lot to take in, but I know that you girls want to know this, and so I thought that this would be the easiest way to show you. So does this make sense? So regardless if they are at your first level, it doesn't matter. They can still be your first generation if they break off before their sponsor. So they turn green, they break away, first generation. Second generation breaks away. And then in this case, this is your first generation right here. Second generation breaks away. Third generation's down here somewhere. Does it make sense? I'm waiting for questions.